Oh, hey Wizard! I got some more Shaw Concepts gear that I promised you. Today we'll be digging into the Raid V2 Dangler and all of its features. See? It didn't take me forever. I told you. Alright, let's get into it. So you may be wondering why I'm doing a placard video, but this is actually a continuation of our previous video where we went over the whole placard setup, and we were just kind of talking about this as we're waiting for our whole plate carrier setup to arrive. And I'm hoping it really should be coming, I'm hoping any day now. But if for some reason you missed that initial placard like setup and overview video, I'll put a link to it up here and also link it down in the description. But the biggest thing we noticed in that up-close look was how the gear may be pricey, but you really are paying a premium for well-designed features and gear that is on the bleeding edge of the market. Plus, without any Navy SEALs working at Shaw Concepts, you're like 100% less likely to get ripped off. But seriously, if you haven't, please go check out that placard video. It's going to make a whole lot more sense when I show you how to connect in the actual Dangler. And also, you're going to want to know what we're doing when I actually show it all already assembled on the actual ARC carrier review. All right, so here we are at the actual Raid V2 Dangler. I want to go backwards a bit and give this a full overview. The first thing I want you to notice is the Dangler attachment ties directly into a first spear tube. This allows the entire Dangler to be quickly removed if you needed to deploy medical gear or just hand off this whole pouch to a buddy. And it makes it really easy to just remove this whole Dangler and just swap it all over into like a civilian configuration. Oh, we do have a bunch of whole Dangler tests that go over that. Yeah, we're not doing those. On the rear of the Dangler is also an additional pouch if you want to hide the first spear tube connection and transition into that fanny pack configuration. As we talked about in the initial placard setup, the entire Raid pouch is designed in a more ergonomic way to not get in the way of the user. And I really enjoy the HRT Dangler, but it's shaped kind of like a square, so it's just nice to see a more ergonomic design that's gonna come into play as you wear it longer. And along the outside of the pouch is a full zipper that travels all the way around the pouch. I'll show you this as we open things up, but it makes things really smart. You can just open the top if you need to access some equipment just right here on the top of the pouch, or you can undo the zipper completely if you want the full contents just flayed out. Along the bottom of this pouch is a tourniquet holder, making it really easy to add this to your kit, and then also have a civilian setup that you can throw in the car or have with you when you travel to the range. And if you're anything like me, you have all these fancy medical kits that are connected into plate carriers and battle belts, but you never really have them when you need them in real life. And so I like this because then if you come across someone with a puncture wound, you don't just stand there and smile at them because your medical equipment is in your range bag at home. Along the front is an easy access front-facing pocket that is great for documents or gloves that you may need to access quickly. The front of the Raid pouch also features a full loopback panel if you need to add any fancy crotch patches here. This is the one time I didn't add any patches. Personally, I think that Cody should be proud. On the front, you also have this shot cord latching if you want to add in additional items, making it easy to add in a second tourniquet or a full set of gloves. And with this simple bungee retention, you could put just about anything there. Like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Who in the world would want to do that? But, yeah, you could have a crotch sandwich if you wanted that for some reason. Now this thing is like a total complete mess because there's been a sandwich in it. Opening up the Raid pouch itself, we see some real magic here. First, we see the rear pocket that is designed to hold the Raid 3A Beans and Franks armor inserts. So now RoboCop can't shoot you right in the dick. And one of the coolest features are the elastic panels that are on loop-back fields. This means you can take the entire trays of medical gear and remove it from the Dangler. Meaning you could have multiple people working on a victim and then just remove 2 identical trays of medical gear. Or you could even have some totally different configurations if for some reason you wanted to have crotch ammo. Are these jokes getting old? No? No. Okay. Oh, I think I forgot to mention here, there are also tabs on the outside for QASM buckles if you want to be more slimline and remove them for your carrier, but then add them back in for use in a more civilian configuration. And everybody knows nothing says civilian like multicam. But let's actually do some pros and cons of the Raid V2 pouch. The first pro I really want to go over is that first spear tubes connection and the whole zipper configuration. The first spear tubes design makes the Raid pouch a piece of medical equipment that can be easily transitioned from duty use to a civilian use case, making it far more likely to have life-saving equipment on you when you actually need it. And with the clamshell zipper design, the entire pouch is able to be flayed open easily so you can quickly access medical equipment and gear. And then once it's open, you can actually remove those entire medical panels. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so the second pro I want to talk about is that actual ergonomic design. The Raid V2 pouch flows with the shape of the human body, removing square or rectangle designs for a configuration that the end user will find extremely comfortable over long recon missions or just a long day at the zoo with the kids. And if you're a dad, you'll know that both of these are very important to have. Trust me, your undercarriage will thank you. All right, for the last pro, I want to mention the general ease of access. By having a top and front zipper, you have access to various compartments without your plate carrier and other gear getting in the way. This just shows a smart design where the Shaw Concepts folks were leaning forward in not just design, but also in utilization. All right, though, that's enough being nice. Let's talk some cons. The first con I want to talk about is I do wish it had some way you could actually hang the whole kit. Being able to connect this into an IV stand or a simple way to hang it seems like a really easy addition, and I'm sure I could find to make it work, but I would think the Shaw Concept guys could find it fairly easy to add this in. But in reality, the number of people that actually need that is ridiculously slim, and I'm really just trying to nitpick something besides the cost. So the second con is the cost. Now, I thought the Raptor Tactical 3-in-1 was extremely expensive, but it is fantastic for $100. The Shaw for $120 just feels a bit like it's trying to lock in a military contract. I get that it's full Berry compliant and that comes at a premium. And I will tell you, this design just has features you probably won't see anywhere else. And you are paying a premium for cutting edge gear, but I want to mention it as a con, so it's just something you as the end consumer is aware of. But realistically, I don't think all the members of my team would agree, and it's something you really just have to decide for yourself and just get the best gear that fits your budget. But if Uncle Sam is footing the bill, this Raid V2 Dangler is just an absolutely amazing bit of kit that also works great in a ton of civilian roles. But I hope this review of the Shaw Concepts Raid V2 Dangler was useful in your purchasing decisions. I want to say thanks to all of our Patreon and YouTube members. You guys make all this possible, and I just love our little community we have, and I love our live chats, and I want to say thanks for being part of the TLD family. And I want to say thanks to everyone that likes, comments, and subscribes. Comment down below what your favorite Dangler is, and if it may be this actual ARC V2. All right, everyone, ball out. Yeah, it's totally normal. I think it's totally normal to spend a couple thousand on a plate carrier. Yeah, it's totally. You guys should do it too. Yeah, it's really. You should.